Hello and welcome to this webinar on how to use the online PMP ratings website. This video will walk you through how to navigate through the system. Please take note of the URL for the site. Also, please keep in mind that all information entered prior to April 1st will not be saved. The system will refresh on April 1st for this year's closeout process. Do not enter information that you want to be saved for the 2015-2016 PMP closeout until April 1st. For supervisors logging into the system, please enter your employee ID. If you're a first-time user, the temporary password to log in for the first time is FPE, all lowercases, 1314 exclamation point. Again, that's all lowercases FPE 1314 exclamation point. At the end of this training, I will put up a slide that shows that temporary password as well so you can see it visually. Once you enter the system for the first time, you will be prompted to change your password. If you're a previous user, please use the password you created previously to log in. If you forgot your password, refer to the Forgot Password option towards the bottom of the screen. You will enter your employee ID, select Submit, and you will get sent an email with a temporary password to log in. If for any reason you don't receive the email, please email us at cdhs.pmap@state.co.us. For PMP coordinators, you can either log in as yourself following the same instructions for entering your own employee ID and the temporary password for first-time users, or one that you previously created, or you can log in as the supervisor using their employee ID and password. Keep in mind though, if you are logging in as a supervisor and you need to reset a password, it will go to that supervisor's email address instead of yours. After entering your employee ID and your password, go ahead and select Login. This will take you to the home page and you will see a list of direct reports if you're a supervisor. If you're a PMP coordinator, you will see a list of supervisors and all of their corresponding employees. This information is being directly pulled from the Kronos timekeeping system, so you may need to add or delete people if it is not up to date. Remember that if there are modifications that need to be made within this PMP online site, please make sure you are also making them with your Kronos timekeeper as well. Let's review how to add or delete employees. If you need to add an employee, open the drop-down list at the top of the screen. Locate the employee's name and select Add to Staff List. If you can't find an employee's name on that list, please email us at cdhs.pmap@state.co.us for additional assistance. To remove an employee from the list, locate the individual's name on the list that needs to be removed, and then select the Remove button next to their name. If you accidentally remove an individual, you can go back to that drop-down list, find them, and then add them to the staffed list. Once you have reviewed the list, made any necessary corrections, you are now ready to go in and enter the ratings. Select Edit next to the corresponding employee's name. After selecting Edit, you will see that drop-down menus under each column have appeared. Under the rating column, select the correct rating level for that individual. You will also have the ability to change the agency and position information if you need to, if that's incorrect. And then once you've entered the rating, you're going to go ahead and select Update. And you will repeat the process for each employee. If you need to go back in and make any changes, you just select Edit again and go through that same process. Remember, those ratings are due at the end of April. You will also notice that there are additional columns and drop-down menus next to the rating column. Each of these columns represents the required documentation needed for the PMP closeout, and it's a way for you to track what has been collected for each employee. As you collect specific forms, you can select Yes in the drop-down menu to mark that the document has been received. If the form is not needed, for example, perhaps they're not on FlexPlace, or they turned in their mandatory reporter training certificate last year, then you can mark No, and then click Update to save the information you entered. So you will likely be updating the documentation columns in May, whereas you'll be updating the rating in April. Whether you are logging in as a supervisor or PMP coordinator, the process for updating ratings, deleting employees, and documentation tracking will be the same. Adding employees if you're logging in as a PMP coordinator, however, is slightly different. So I'm going to go ahead and log out as this supervisor. And I'm going to go ahead and log in as a coordinator instead, so that for any PMP coordinators that will be logging into the system, you can see what it looks like. So after logging in as a coordinator, you will see an additional drop-down menu at the top of the screen with the title Supervisor. To add an employee, you will first find the employee under your drop-down list, and then you will select the supervisor you want to add that employee to. And then select Add to Staff List. When you open the Supervisor drop-down menu, you will only see the supervisors that are assigned to you. If a supervisor is missing from this list, contact cdhs.pmap@state.co.us, or you can log in directly as the supervisor. And that is how you use the online PMP site. I want to thank you for watching this demonstration. If you have additional questions about the site, please reach out to us at cdhs.pmap@state.co.us. Also on this slide, you will notice this is the password for first-time users. FPE1314! Thank you and good luck on a successful closeout.